Hey there, welcome to this Christmas Lights acrylic painting lesson. I'm Mike Ferris. To get started, I'm going to be on my 11 by 14 inch stretch canvas and my image already laid out as you can see. And if you'd like to trace this out, I do have this image available down in the description box and also a short video on how to transfer images to your canvas. So I have my 1-inch angle brush that I'm going to be starting with. It's going to help me to cover ground and also to get very precise around all of the objects. And so on my palette, I'm going to be starting with permanent black, raw umber. This is phthalo blue, violet, phthalo green, permanent red, magenta red, and optional is fluorescent pink. I'm just going to use this to really pop out some light features, and you don't have to have this color. You can just use any kind of red. Okay, so this is Cad Orange, and I have yellow medium, and then of course down here is titanium white. So to start off with, I'm just going to block in some general colors for now, and to start, I'm just going to get raw umber straight up without mixing it with anything. And I'm just going to start blocking in on the right here and just going down. And I want to show some board panel details on the fence. So I'm going to make a line about right here and just kind of show some separation on where I'm going to block in different values. And as you'll notice the angle here, I'm going to have it off just a little bit to show perspective looking down the fence a little bit. Okay, so I'm just going to fill this in and pretty much go around everything. And as you can see, the edge of the angle brush gives me precision and it allows me to really get around everything super well this way. Okay, and let's pick up some more raw umber again. Okay, just kind of wiggling it through, pulling it through on both sides, just getting an even distribution of paint. So again, I want to make these panel boards on the fence here. And so what I want to do is leave a little bit of a gap here. You'll see just kind of like so. This is going to be a way for me to kind of separate where I want to put different values and where I want to put darker values in between the fence to show, or I'm sorry, the boards to show different panels, like I said. So right in here, I'm just going to change it up. I'm going to add now some Cad Orange into the mix. Okay, no cleaning, of course, because I do want that raw umber. These are just dark values, but the variations will help me to map them out without making them, of course, look all dark so that I don't know where I want things to be. So just to preserve that, I'm just going to block in now over here on this area, in this section here. And again, going around everything really nice with that angle brush, okay? And no cleaning again. I'm going to take some violet now. And let's go into this mix now. Okay, just really changing it up. I want to show warm and cool colors that are playing on the fence with all of the different light and reflections from the Christmas lights hitting the fence here. So down here, this is going to be more of a cooler color area. So I want to block in that general color down here, just like so. Okay, no cleaning again. I'm going to go back to being a warmer tone. So all I have to do now is just pick up some more orange. And the violet will actually help like the raw umber to dull it down, which I want to do anyways, but it'll help me to get that orange back in there and give me that warm value again. So again, just going to go about where I want this board panel to be now. Okay, something like that, and I'll just block in with this. Okay, no cleaning again, and now I want to take some permanent black. And because I'm doing permanent black, it really doesn't matter if I clean my brush or not because black will just take over. So with that, I'm just going to hit some of that right here and just kind of make this little section in here. Okay, without cleaning again, let's take some more orange to that. Okay, a little bit of titanium white just to come back from the black that was in there. And I'm just gonna sort of bring that back up into that warm, kind of dark orangey brown. And let's fill in between right here where I left it open. So as you can see, just separating the values, getting everything mapped out where it goes so I don't lose everything within one dark value. So now I'm gonna go with more orange. Okay, just kind of lighten it up just a little bit more. And let's go up here and just block in some more stuff. Okay, no cleaning again. Let's take some permanent red, right, like so. Okay, going back into that orangey brown mixture. And right down here, let's block that. You can see the difference on the value there. So just slightly different is all I need, and I can totally see where I want to start applying different details as I move along and how I want to do color values on top of this base color. So just getting everything mapped out, laid out in its general location with its general color. And this is going to really set the stage for some really neat stuff down the road here. Okay, so let's get some more black now, going to my darkest value, of course. No cleaning again, and let's apply this very dark value right here on the left around everything. Okay, no cleaning again. Let's just take just permanent black. You can see the nice chiseled edge there, and with that, I just want to block in our light chords here. So as you're going to see, as I move down, I'm just going to leave that open, and just with the rest of the paint left on the brush, I'm just sort of going to break it up and leave some openings. Okay, just like that. That way it doesn't get lost in that dark value, of course. I'll come back when I put some more highlights on the dark value, and then it'll make that chord show up against that. But for now, just blocking in, and like I said, leaving gaps as long as it's going to allow me to separate one value from another, or one shape from another, I should say, so I don't lose it in one value. Okay, just blocking in the light sockets just like so with that same angle brush. So as you can see, just leaving some tiny little gaps there so they don't get lost in the dark background with that socket there. Okay, with a clean angle brush now, I'm going to take titanium white and just a little bit of this yellow medium. So I'm looking for a very light yellow and something about like this, and I'll just block in some lights with this. Okay, without cleaning, I'm going to go now into just straight yellow medium. Okay, I want to get more saturated now, and I want to build a glow on these lights to show that they're actually on and bright and glowing and all that. So I'm going to start to build that up by applying some of that yellow on the very outside here, and also in the bulb in the back as well. Okay, so now with just a little bit of paint left on the brush, I'm just going to pull that paint in just a little bit, very light pressure with my brush, and that's going to fade it in and give it a nice light play. Okay, so I'm going to go into these bokeh lights now, and with a clean brush, I'm going to take now some of this fluorescent pink. Again, it's optional. You can just do any kind of red, and I'm going to add some white now mixed with some magenta red to that, and I'll block in some of the values here for the bokeh lights. Okay, with a clean brush now, I'm going to take some of this Phthalo Blue now and a little Phthalo Green. Okay, and a good scoop of white. So I'm looking for a bluish turquoise color here. Okay, a little bit more white to that. Let's make that more bright. Okay, kind of a value like so. I just want to block in with this. All right, now I have my number 6 nylon flat brush. The bristles are a little frayed out, and it's perfect for blending and also blocking in for some bokeh lights. So I'm going to mix some of this fluorescent pink and magenta color here. And I want to go around this lighter pink that I did here. Okay, just kind of something like this, and I'll start on the outside, and as paint runs off the brush, I can blend it towards the center and kind of give it that out of focus look with those blended fuzzy edges. Okay, so I'll just hit this here and there and just kind of show just some of these vibrant things kind of popping out in the background, some more Christmas lights that are blurred out. Okay, with a clean brush now, I want to take some of this phthalo green and just a little titanium white. And so with this general value now, I'm just going to block in again some more of these bokeh Christmas lights here in the background with this. Okay, cleaning my brush again. Now I want to go back into that light yellow color here. Okay, same number 6 flat brush, and let's block in with this value. So as you can see, with little paint left on the brush, I can brush these out and do other bokeh lights with it, and it gives this transparency look to it with very little paint, as you can see here, and look at how much more that enhances that bokeh out of focus look there. Okay, a clean brush again. I'm going to go back into that bluish turquoise color, and let's get a little bit more blue into it now. Okay, so something like that, and let's go around right here, around this more green turquoise value here that I did. And I'll just surround that, and it just kind of shows a distant bokeh blue Christmas light here that's illuminating in the background. Okay, no cleaning. I'm just going to take some more phthalo green now and more white. See, I can change back with this turquoise color, one more to the green or blue side. Okay, and right here, let's do another coat. As you know, with acrylics, as we build more coats and layers, it just gets better. The colors get more vibrant, and the effects of whatever it is, in this case, bokeh, becomes more dramatic, okay? So just fading that off like you saw there, and now I'm going to go back into that bluish value there, so let's get more phthalo blue into it. Okay, just change them back. I don't need to clean. It's just more or less of another color, and that easy. I can just go back and forth, and I don't have to spend a lot of time cleaning each time. And let's get this value again, and I want to go back over, just kind of fade back over again. Okay, so with a clean brush now, I'm going to go into some of that fluorescent pink, and now again more white, and I want to go a lot more white this time. I'm thinking something like that, and one more time, let's go in here. Okay, no cleaning. Let's go back into some fluorescent pink now, and I want to get a little bit of Cad Orange into that now. I just want to change the value a little bit, and a little bit of white. So that kind of dulls it down just a little bit there on that fluorescent pink, but at the same time, it makes the orange more vibrant. So however you want to see that. And so right here, let's just do a different kind of value, and you can see on the right there, just kind of scratching that off and making it kind of show through. It gives it more bokeh with that transparency look. Okay, with a clean brush now, I'm going to go with some blue, some violet, and some titanium white. I'm looking for a royal blue color here. So the violet helps to kind of give that effect. So something about like that. And I want to do these distant lights here. Okay, just kind of something like that. And again, this is my number 6 flat brush with all the frayed out bristles. You can also use a natural flat bristle brush, which works really well to get those fuzzy lines and do this effect. Okay, now without cleaning, just getting titanium white, let's go and brighten these up and make these ones look like they're on and glowing and all of that. So look at, I don't take over all of the values, you can see just in the middle. I'm just kind of fading those off. Okay, so I have my number 4 natural flat bristle brush. Of course, the natural bristles are going to help me to blend better and do lots of bokeh effects. So I'm going to go now into that yellow medium again. And one more time, I want to add more saturation to build up more of a dramatic glow, and I'm just going to sort of dust that out. And again, you can see these natural bristles, they make it super easy to blend, and you don't really have to be good at blending. These bristles just do it kind of for you. So I recommend that brush. Okay, getting a little orange now, again into that red and some of that fluorescent pink. And as you can see on the very, very outside now, I want to scratch this in. And the whole key is very little paint on the brush and a very dry bristle brush, and you can totally do this effect very easily. And look at that, just shine and glow. Just putting those values down, okay? Now with just fluorescent pink alone and a clean brush, let's put that in, and this is really going to start to take off on all the light that's playing off of the fence here, as you can see there. Okay, no cleaning. I'm going to take some yellow medium now. And let's go a little bit more of this fluorescent pink into it. Okay, something like that. And let's go right here. I just kind of want to change the value up and just kind of play this in. And as you can see, just kind of dusting that down, those natural bristles, I tell you, they're the way to go. They really make this nice gradient. Okay, no cleaning. I'm going to take some magenta red here. Okay, I've got that fluorescent pink still on my brush, so just a little change in the flavor. You can see here, a little bit more red over here. And this is just going to help to enhance that shine and glow, see, and make that pop a little bit more. Okay, no cleaning. I'm going to go into some violet now. And I'm thinking something like this. Okay, let's just throw just a teeny bit of that. That's really going to surround this and make it pop a little bit more. See, just these little things and these colors that surround other ones is really going to set this off and what gives it such shine to it. Okay, just kind of something like that. And now let's see, with a clean brush, let's go into some yellow and some orange mixed together here, and just thinking something like that. And I want to go on this one now. Okay, a little bit of red in there, just like the other bulb, and I want to go around and do the same thing, just like so. All right, now I have my number 6 smaller angle brush here. This is going to help me to get details on the fence with highlights and everything. So I'm going to start playing values on that dark value. So I'm going to get some violet. I'm going to get some titanium white. I'm going to dull that a little bit with some of that black and raw umber mixture. Yeah, just kind of something like that, not much. And with the very edge of that angle brush, you can see right here, just hashing away. Of course, anything I don't like, I'll take that dark value and cover it right back up, or thin a line if it's too thick, or whatever. So I don't even care. I'm just going to go for it and just kind of hash away. Yeah, just kind of something like that. And I'm going to brush the rest of the paint off the brush and kind of go and glaze over some of that to show some light play kind of happening. Yeah, so it kind of looks like some reflective light off of the blue lights as it kind of travels off. Yeah, I've got some burnt umber here I've added. So I'm going to take some of that now. And I'm going to take a little bit of this Cad Orange and yellow medium together. Okay, let's get a little white now to bring that up. Okay, a very dull but kind of vibrant peachy orange color here. And I want to take this now. And I'm going to play this in and kind of show some fence kind of stuff here. Okay, some wood grain stuff. And the very right side of the fence you'll see is going to be more in focus, and the left is going to be a little bit out of focus. So I'm just going to hash these in with this nice crisp edge on the angle brush. It's going to help to put details, and with those crisp edges show that it's in focus this way. Okay, so as you can see, just hashing around the light chords here. Just kind of doing these little vertical things, and it's starting to look like lights kind of playing off the lights here, and the lights hitting the fence, and it's really going to bring the shine of the lights into more of a dramatic effect this way. Okay, so just kind of dancing this around, however. You know, right or wrong, cover it if you don't like it with a dark value, and it's all good. Okay, now I'm going to go into some titanium white now and go back into that same mixture. And a little bit more yellow and orange, and look at the difference on the value. I like to mix them on top so I see the difference. And with this brighter stuff, let's just hit it here and there, but not everywhere. And this is really going to take off and show more of these dramatic highlights. And this also shows more wood grain details this way. Okay, no cleaning. I'm going to go now into some of this, what is it? I'm sorry, fluorescent pink into that peachy orange color I was just working with. And now let's get some permanent red into that. Okay, let's get a little bit of burnt umber into that. And it's kind of this reddish, kind of lavender, sort of warm glow color. It's kind of my transition color between the lights, or I'm sorry, the cools and the warm colors. And so in between right here, kind of in this area, I'm just going to sort of strike that here and there. Okay, with a clean brush now, I'm going to go into some violet, and I'm going to mix that with some of this Phthalo Blue. So, again, a little bit of titanium white. I'm looking for a royal, kind of a blue lavender color. Okay, a little bit more blue. Let's get more saturation into that color. Okay, a very nice, cool, vibrant color, and let's get a little bit more violet into that. So I'm thinking something about this value here. And again, with the edge of my angle brush, I'm just going to strike that here and there. Okay, and with that same value, let's also strike just a little bit of that up here as well. And also right here with just a little bit of paint left on the brush, I kind of want to strike some of that in here as well. Okay, with a clean brush now, I'm going to take some Cad Orange and I want to take a little burnt umber into that. Okay, so I'm just going to do a very light orangey brown color here, and I want to block in this little section here that I left open. Okay, no cleaning. I'm just going to take permanent black now, straight up, again with my smaller number 6 angle brush, and I want to play this in and show just some separations and enhancements on just the different panel boards on the fence. Okay, and again, I'm going to load more black now, and I want to block in again what got covered up with these light cords. So again, anything that gets covered up, especially with darks, you can just add them right back in. And as you can see, I'm just going to fill in the rest of this light socket now that I got the highlights here on the fence, and now we can see it perfect. Okay, back to my number 4 natural flat bristle brush. I'm going to go now into some yellow medium, and I'm going to go into that kind of peachy orangey color here that I made before. Okay, something like this, and thinking about this tone here, just a little orange and a slight hint of burnt umber, and I get this nice tone here. Okay, so I'm just going to scratch this in, and very little paint on the brush, and because it's a natural bristle brush, no water again, very dry, and you can see I can put in some more details and just some more light play like this. Okay, let's get a little bit more yellow medium into that orangey color that I made. This just makes it more vibrant. Okay, changes the flavor a little bit, something like this. And I really want to get strong with it right here. This is really going to show the fence being lit up. It's also going to bring a lot of dramatic effect for the glow and the shine of the light as well. So I'm just going to kind of brush this out. Okay, where I want it the heaviest and the brightest, I started with the paint first, right behind it, and right next to that bulb. And as you can see, just kind of fading that off. Okay, no cleaning. I'm just going to take now some orange. Let's go back into that value. Okay, and right here, I'm just going to sort of play these values back and forth and basically build up a glow between the yellows and the orange values. Okay, and this is really going to play off of each other, and because of the transparency of acrylics, it's going to make each layer that I do play with the one below it and just really bring this warm and this glow super well and really pop this out of here. Okay, so as you can see, it's getting a little bit more vibrant with each coat. And let's just strike these in here and there like so. Okay, no cleaning again. I want to go back into some yellow. So see again, just playing these back and forth. And as you can see, just look at how much more of a shine and glow. So I don't want to take over all the value. I just kind of want to go on the areas where I want to pop it out the most. Okay, just kind of like that. And again, no cleaning. Let's take some titanium white now. Okay, just a little bit of paint on the brush. And right here, I really want to show the brightest part of this glow and this shine and reflection of the light off the fence. And I'm going to start in the middle where I want it at the heaviest. Okay, and just drag it out. Just kind of fade that off. It really shows such a brilliant shine this way. I love this pop and shine stuff here. Okay, see, just like that. Really gives it a lot of dramatic effect and just really brings it out super well. Okay, more titanium white. I'm just going to do the same thing. Just kind of drag it out like so. Okay, no cleaning. Let's go into some yellow medium, just straight up. Okay, I'm not going to mix it at all, and I just want to go on the very outside of that white. Okay, I just kind of want to feather it in both directions, away from the light and also towards the light a little bit. And it gives it that shine. Okay, again, no cleaning. Let's pick up some orange. Okay, I'll go into that peachy color a little bit. And on the very, very outside, let's play this around that yellow, and look at how well that just builds up that glow even more. It just makes everything pop that much better. It's almost like you don't want to stare at it too long because maybe it's too bright. So let's see now. Let's get some white. Let's get some violet. Let's get some blue. Okay, going back to that cool color, let's get a little bit more white again. Okay, something like this, a very light lavender color, and I want to strike this down here. Again, this is the reflective light because we do have warm and cool lights playing in, and all of the different light colors that are reflecting off a dark fence at night would pretty much produce, I think, something of this sort. Okay, with a clean brush now, let's go into some fluorescent pink, a little bit of magenta red. Okay, and you can see me tapping off a lot of that paint. I want just barely any paint. I just want to glaze this color. And by glazing, I mean I don't want to take over details or even values, but just kind of show that some of this warm light play down even in the cool areas, kind of sneak it in just like so. Okay, let's go back into that fluorescent pink with a clean brush just by itself, and again, another coat means more vibrance, more saturation, and look at that pop now. Isn't that awesome? I'm just going to fade that off into those other values that I put down here, just kind of glaze over them a little bit, and in this way they kind of play together and they bring more vibrance even to that. So just kind of something like this. Okay, and a little bit more of that fluorescent pink, and I want to go over some of this, putting another coat, and again, more vibrance and giving it more pop this way. All right, back to my 1-inch angle brush here. That's my larger angle brush. I'm going to get, again, permanent black. And once again, I want to fill in the light chords that got covered up. And see, anytime, just put it back if it gets covered up. That's why I'm not too worried about how neat something is, or you know, you can be a bull in a china shop in this craft and it's all good. You can just fix it right up in no time. Okay, back to my number 4 natural flat bristle brush. I'm going to take some of this Phthalo Blue and let's get some titanium white into that. Okay, a little bit more blue. Okay, something about this value here, and I want to go and put some highlights on the sockets now. Okay, just going to scratch these in, kind of rough. No big deal, just kind of blocking those in. And right here, what I want to do is I kind of want to curve it as I get to the end of the line here. So as you'll see right here, and then I want to angle it. It just kind of shows the shape of the socket and gives it dimension and some 3D effect this way. Okay, and I'll build that up some more. So without cleaning now, I'm going to get some violet. And let's take a little bit of magenta red, and now I want to get some titanium white. So I'm looking for a reddish, kind of a deep violet kind of look. Okay, let's stretch these in right here for some more highlight details. Okay, without cleaning, just taking some titanium white, just a little bit. Let's strike some highlights. And see, that just really pops them out, gives it more 3-dimension that way, gives it more body and texture. Okay, now with a clean brush, and I'm back to my small angle brush, I'm going to take some yellow medium. I'm going to take a good scoop of white. Okay, so something about like this, kind of a mid-yellow. And right here, I want to start striking some highlights here on the cord. So this is something I want to be very precise about in order to get the cord details and show the dimension and shape of it and all of that. So as you'll see right here, I kind of split it at the end there. Okay, just kind of giving it some detail. And also I left some black alone, as you see on the very right there. I didn't cover the whole thing up. I just want to highlight it but not take over it. So this is also why I'm using my smaller angle brush to get those details again. So I'm just going to strike it like this with that fine edge. And of course, the harder I push, the fatter the line. And the softer I push, the thinner the line. So right here, very little pressure. I want to do a very thin line and leave black in between that. And as you can see, it just gives a realistic look to a light cord that's being hit with light at night, and just giving it kind of a shine in that way and showing its detail as well with those highlights. Okay, with a clean brush, I'm going to take some violet, some white. Okay, very light violet color here. Okay, something like that, and let's strike some of this cool color reflection. Okay, just kind of something right here. Okay, no cleaning. I'm going to take some Phthalo Blue now. And let's strike some of this right here with that more blue because it's a lot cooler in this area with that reflective light. And as you can see, again, not covering up that entire chord, leaving the black there on the right. Okay, more white now to that violet. And right up here, let's strike some of this. Okay, back to my number 4 natural flat brush here. I'm going to go into some of this yellow and orange mixture here. Okay, into some of that orangey peachy color that I made. Okay, just looking for an orangey yellowish kind of a color that's been dulled just a little bit with some burnt umber to it. Okay, let's get a little bit more of that orange and yellow. Okay, just kind of something like this. Okay, a little bit more yellow to warm that just a little bit further, okay? So a very nice bright orangey yellow glow color here. And I just want to strike this. And again, I'm not covering up the entire chord. And now I just want to get some white without cleaning. You can see here. Just going to strike the edge just like so. And I kind of wanted to make this more kind of out of focus and fuzzy. So I'm using this natural bristle brush. And look, right next to it, you can see it just puts that chord into such perspective and gives it detail. Okay, so just titanium white again. I want to hit this bright area that's really illuminating the brightest part of the fence that's being hit the hardest with the lights. And just fade that white off just like so. Okay, no cleaning. Let's get a little yellow medium once again. Okay, and on the very outside of that white, I just kind of want to drag that around it. And see, every time I put a new coat down, every time I build these layers up, push the colors and work them back and forth, it just gets more vibrant and it just pops that much more. So you just got to build up the layers and really just work it and keep blending back and forth, and it will just come out eventually. Okay, so again with a clean brush and just fluorescent pink again one more time, let's put another coat of that. Let's pop this guy and make him really, really, really bright. Okay, look at how much more vibrant and saturated that is. And as you saw with the first coat, it wasn't as bright and vibrant, but now look at that. Just layer after layer just gets better each time. Okay, no cleaning. I'm going to take some yellow medium now, and let's get just a little bit of orange to that. Okay, just kind of, if I get too much, of course, I'll just put more yellow in, but I try not to do that if I don't have to, so I try to get it close as I can. So just kind of something like that, and I just kind of want to work this up right in here. Okay, putting my natural flat bristle brush down, going back to my number 6 angle brush, and now what I want to do is get some magenta red. And let's get a little violet to that. Okay, so again, that deep violet color. And I want to strike these highlights on this socket like so. Okay, now without cleaning, I'm just going to take some black. And look, I can knock these lines back. They were a little too thick, and it's all good. See, anything you want to fix or shape, anytime, be a bull in that China shop. Go crazy. I'm telling you, it's all good. You can just come back by and fix it right up, and no one will ever know. Okay, so with a clean brush, let's get some white now. I want to strike those highlights, and with the white left on my brush, I want to strike just a little bit here, and I can use my fingers, you see, to just kind of settle that down a little bit. All right, look at that dimension and how that just pops out. Isn't that nice? All right, let's go back to that number 4 natural flat bristle brush, and this is going to help me to blend and shade and all that. So let's turn that blue light on now in the foreground. I want to get some green, some blue, and I want to get some titanium white. So again, I want that turquoise color. Okay, a little bit more green to that, so I want it to the green side. Okay, something about this value here. And I want to start where I want it the heaviest and the brightest, which is right at the base of the socket here. And as paint runs off the brush, as I bring it down, I can fill this in and blend it off right into that blue value. And if I should go further than I want to with this green, it's all good. I'll just add some more blue, and I can just knock it back into that green and just play it back and forth until I get the blend to be where I want it to be and as smooth as I want it to be. Okay, so in fact that did go a little further. It's all good because I got the fuzzy edges to blend back into easily. So I'll just get more blue and see I can just change the flavor and come right back in with that bluish turquoise and just go right back into that green like I said and knock that back. Okay, so now let's go back into Phthalo Green now. And again, more titanium white. See, and I don't need to clean, I just add more or less of a color and more or less white, and I can totally change this up. Okay, a little bit more white to that. Want to make it a little bit brighter now. And once again, let's go in here at the base of the socket where I want it the heaviest and the brightest, and as paint runs off the brush, just dragging that out again. Okay, so as you can see, each time I put a new coat down, it just gets better. The blending gets smoother, and that's why I say just hang in there. It just will get better with each layer and get a lot more easier to blend and do things. Okay, so just titanium white alone, you can see I'm just going to strike some of these places, and to give it that realism that, as you ever looked at Christmas lights, you know that some of the paint is scratched off here and there a little bit. You have these little white little, scratches showing. Okay, it's all good, just kind of however, and of course with white, it's easy because you can just cover anything if it's too much. And of course, too little, you just add it back in. So just really mess around. It's just your painting. You can do anything you want to do. And with the white left on my brush, I'm just going to glaze over and just get this really bright spot right here to really show that this light is on and illuminating in the brightest place right here. Alrighty, so with my script liner brush now, lots of water and titanium white, I'm going to go ahead and sign right here. And I want to thank you again so much for following along. And don't forget to subscribe if you dig my lessons and enjoyed this video. And let me hear your questions and comments down below. I'd really love to hear from you and answer anything to the best of my ability. So, as you can see in this piece, it's very forgiving, and I think it's one of the better paintings to practice blending and really being in a place where you can just not have to worry about how many mistakes you made or how long it's taking to blend. Anything goes. You can cover, fix anything, anytime. There's enough dark values surrounding everything, so go for it. And with that said, I'd like to wish you a Merry Christmas and a happy painting to you.